Hi, this is Jeff Nager, AMD World Championship of Custom Bike Building. We're standing next to Casey from Convict Motorcycles. How'd that name come about?
Well, as Australians, we're the world's largest population of convicts, having come from England in the late 1700s. So we thought it was a very Australian term to put across our motorcycles.
So what's it like living there? Is it challenging?
It's absolutely fantastic.
Oh, I knew it would be. We're looking at a great looking bike. What's the name of this bike?
This is called the Escape. That's our first model.
Because you got to escape out of Australia?
Exactly right. Rather than freedom, we escape from everything we do in life.
I see. Hey, what's the inspiration of this bike?
I personally couldn't find a motorcycle I wanted for myself some years ago, so I took my retro theme and applied it across something that was a full-on custom bike, but we made it into a production motorcycle.
Well, it's a beautiful build. Let's talk about the front end. What are we looking at over there?
Okay, so we've got a Springer front end in keeping with the traditional theme. The most noticeable point on the front is we've mounted the guard on the caliper brackets to maintain a consistent gap between the tyre and the fender at all times.
It does give it that hot rod look.
Exactly, that's exactly what we're trying to achieve. We've got two-piece bolted fenders as an option at no extra cost. I just thought it was something a little bit different.
No, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Very old school.
Very 1930s, like the Buicks and Pontiacs of the day.
Yep. So what's the frame geometry?
So that's a 3-inch stretch in the backbone. It's a 35-degree rake and soft tail frame.
Well, moving to the right, I see that you're running an S&S mill. Is that the standard motor that you're going with?
Absolutely, only S&S motors. We'd like to try and use a complete drivetrain at a later point. We exclusively run the IST motors at this point in time because they allow us to provide a 3-year warranty to our customers, which is absolutely fantastic for a production bike.
Now, that tank is a real smooth tank, and I like how you've put the grill into the side. What's going on there?
Very much about the logo behind the bars. So I think it's a great feature for our bike, and it allows our brand to be a little bit different.
Now, I've run a sprung seat on a hardtail. What's it like running one on a softtail?
As part of our fitment to the rider, we assess what sort of springs will move the least, and we can actually make them solid if the customer so desires.
But what's the ride like?
Brilliant. So, I mean, a softtail frame is just a fantastic, usable motorcycle frame, and we're very, very happy with it.
Great. And I see a black primary. You've got some color options for production.
Absolutely. Look, on almost every component, we've tried to give the customer the option of choosing black, chrome, or polished where we possibly can. So, I mean, there's a huge number of variables and options that are available even by tweaking those three particular colors, and that goes for our hand controls, foot controls, floorboards, motors, the whole lot, even down to the rear shocks.
Now, I like the hot rod look on the rear end. How'd you do that?
Well, this is quite unique for us. I know people would
I think it's quite unique for almost everybody.
That's right. Look, a lot of people are familiar with the ability to mount a rear fender inside the swing arm. What we've done is actually mount it then to the rear axle and also to the inside of the swing arm. So as you adjust the rear wheel for the chain or the belt, then the whole lot moves together. And that gives us the ability to keep that gap consistent between the tyre and the fender at all times.
I like the real smooth exhaust system that you have on it. How does it sound?
It sounds very good, in fact. The Super Trap muffler is something that's allowed us to maintain our compliance with noise controls.
And that's so important nowadays.
Very much so, globally. So when we take them to Europe or here next year, we won't have to change too much. It is a fully adjustable muffler, so the customer has the ability to change that later on.
And a bike like this, we're going to see it in America.
Most definitely. We're going through the compliance processes right now for both the US and EU. We expect by about mid-2012, and we're going to add a few more models in there too.
So where will you be stationed in America?
We haven't yet picked a specific location, but we're certainly looking on the West Coast.
And will the bikes come in prefab like this, or will they come in components and then be fabricated here domestically?
We'll do some of the fabrication in Australia just to keep it, but the majority for the US will be done on US soil, that's for sure. We have quite an interesting sales process that allows the customer to get full integration with the detailed design of the bike as well. So it is an engaging process.
Well, talk about that. How does that work?
So what we require is a $1,000 deposit, and that actually gets you a place what we call our fleet. So much like the Convict first fleets, we have a position. At that point, then we work.
You're not going to steal our money, though, are you?
No, definitely not. Keep it here.
All right.
We would then do a detailed design and a 50% down payment to commence that detailed design. Then when we are ready to put in the motor and drivetrain, we'll ask for another 25% with the final payment on delivery. So, yeah.
That sounds nice. Okay, so if somebody was interested in getting more information about the bike, can you give us the website and the telephone number?
Sure. Our website is www.convict.com and .au for Australia. The best way to contact us as we're travelling between many countries is directly through that website. There's a contact form on there.
All right. Well, there you have it. Convict Motorcycles. Again, that's Convict Motorcycles. Very nice bike. Good luck in the show today.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. It's great.